Hello, this is LaserBolt and welcome to today's video, guys. Today we're going to be talking about the future of Outriders for 2022. We're also going to be talking on the expected release date for the new DLC. We're going to be talking about the name, what we could probably expect out of this DLC, and we are also going to be talking about what do we think if it's going to continue with DLCs or if actually the future of Outriders is in your hands. So if all of this sounds like something you're definitely interested in, a like would be greatly appreciated. It does help us with the YouTube algorithm to get this video out there, so make sure you hit that like button. It really does help us out a lot. So now let's dive in and talk about Outriders and its future. As you guys may already know, I have been a leader on providing content for Outriders. I'm pretty sure if you've seen any Outriders videos, you probably bumped into one of my Outriders videos because we started playing the game even before the demo came out. I actually got the privilege of getting invited to play test the game, and we were really excited from what we saw. We believed that the future was very bright for Outriders, and this was starting last year. We even started streaming a lot of Outriders content, and we were excited. Even though we knew that there was not going to be any expansion or ongoing development for the game, we knew that if the community fell in love with the game, that was always going to be a possibility. Now, as you guys may recall as well, unfortunately, the release of the game had a very rough start from all the stuff that was happening, which was people losing weapons, deleting their characters, things not working properly, and that kind of put the game on a standstill. I mean, the game was very popular. A lot of people were enjoying it. A lot of people were having fun. A lot of people were farming weapons and all that good stuff. But unfortunately, all the bugs and all the issues caused the game to kind of go on a standstill, and the game had a big drop off due to the fact that people weren't finding it enjoyable with so many bugs. Now, what does this future hold for us? As you guys may already know, if you haven't been following the channel, you guys know that we got like a big patch that came out about 3 months ago that fixed almost every single issue with the game. And in addition to that, it also added a set of 3 different expeditions. Now, these expeditions were actually pretty cool because they added some brand new mechanics in the sense of you being able to find hidden weapons or hidden little sections in the map. There was even a very well created puzzle that had you shoot a certain amount of souls to be able to get a specific weapon, which I thought was really creative, and I think the team should definitely consider going that route to make sure they provide not only fun content but replayable content. Now, let's talk about the future. So as you guys may already know, there has been a teaser. This has been, I won't even say a rumor, but it's already been announced that we're going to be getting a brand new DLC called the Worldslayer. Now, the Worldslayer DLC currently right now does not have an official release date, but I'm going to tell you guys what time frame I think that release is going to happen so you guys can get a better idea and also get prepared. And of course, I'm pretty sure some of you guys are a bit rusty, whether you need to dust off your Trickster, your Technomancer, your Devastator, or your Pyromancer. You're going to want to come back into the game and kind of, play around with the different nerfs and buffs that they've done to each character and weapons to make sure you become accustomed for when this DLC comes along. I have a question for you guys, though. Who do you play as? Do you play as Trickster, Technomancer, Pyromancer, or Devastator? Let me know in the comments section down below. So this brand new DLC, guys, it's going to be coming out. Now, one of the reasons why I said at the beginning of the video that you're actually going to be determining whether this DLC is not only successful, but if there is more DLCs to come, is because of the following. So as you guys may know, back in, I would say back like around, I think it was August, there was a big article that came out where it said that the developers of Outriders, which was People Can Fly, didn't see Outriders as a very huge success. The reason being is because they had not received any royalties from their publisher, which is Square Enix. So for those of you who don't know how games work or how all that industry works, let me give you a quick summary. So there is a developer, which is the person that creates the game, and then there is a publisher, the person that helps release that game to the public, that being Square Enix. Now, People Can Fly, the developer of the game, said that when they created the game and they sent out the game massively, a lot of people purchased the game, a lot of people bought the game, they had to deal with the Xbox, with the Game Pass, but that they did not receive any of the royalties or any of the money that was obtained from Square Enix for the sales or for the deal they had with Xbox. So currently right now, they have been running at a very low budget, and that has made not only releasing DLCs, but releasing fixes very hard for them because they have no money for that game that they created. So this was back in August, but now the developer says that as the time gets closer and closer to the release of these DLC, they expect to break even when it comes to the sale of the game. So that means that all the money they poured into the game on development, they feel like they're going to be getting at least all their money back of that development period to be able to, kind of compensate all the people who worked on the game. Now, unfortunately, this does not mean that the game will continue going forward with releasing DLCs. It just means that they're breaking even, and in order for the game to have any sort of longevity or have more DLCs, more expansions, more new characters, they're going to have to be profitable. And they're saying that the only way that they are going to be profitable is that if the DLC that gets released, right now we don't know if it's going to be free or paid. I'm thinking it's going to be paid, but they said that the only way that they feel that they're going to be profitable is if the game has a huge rise in increment of people playing the game with the release of the DLC. So that tells me two things. Number one, the DLC has to be very solid. It has to be very, very good to bring people back. And number two, it has to help boost the sales of the base game. So that means you might have to go weapons from the base game to bring onto the DLC to be able to, have a very OP build, or vice versa. You probably need, you're probably going to only be able to get your character to a certain level, and you probably going to have to pick up the DLC to get it to another level, very similar to the way Destiny does its formula of upselling DLC. So once again, guys, it is in your hands if this game is popular and if we get more DLC or more expansions. So the question is, I know you guys are having is, Laser, all right, cool. I love Outriders. I want to make sure it's profitable. I want to make sure it's good. I want to play this DLC because I did like Outriders. But the question is, when can we expect the DLC? So as you guys recall, Outriders launched around February and March. That was kind of the set period that it launched. I don't think it's going to launch in February just because there is way too many games in February. And if they launch in February, the DLC launches in February, which I was hoping would, it's just going to be a bad idea. There's just way too many good games coming out in February. So for me personally, I expect a release for the DLC called the Worldslayer to be released sometimes between March and July. It's going to be a 3-month period, but I'm leaning more on the March release. But I'm going to give myself a little bit of wiggle room within 3 months. I'm pretty sure as we get closer to February, I'll have more of a set date because I'm pretty sure I'll be able to play the game early or play the DLC early. So it kind of give me a rough idea of when we could expect that DLC to drop, which is going to be the Worldslayer DLC. So I'm really excited for this DLC. I think that they have to come out swinging. It has to be a very good DLC, not only bringing brand new expeditions, also bringing maybe a brand new mode, and also bringing a little bit more storyline and some new gear and weapons for each individual character that will make the game more obsolete. Plus, a lot of bugs and a lot of stuff that the community has asked for to be fixed and to be done. And as far as the future is concerned of where Outriders is going to be going, that's going to be dependent to us, guys, on how popular this DLC. I am hoping for the game to become very popular. I'm hoping for the game to be very well accepted, as it is one of my favorite games to play. I find it to be a very fun and enjoyable game, so hopefully I wish the success for Outriders. And of course, we will be playing the DLC if you guys want to make sure you stay up to date to everything Outriders. Make sure you guys keep up with this channel, and the best way you guys can support us is by subscribing to the channel, turning on all your notifications so you guys won't miss our Outriders content. Plus, we cover anything that has to do with first-person shooters, RPGs. If the game is good, it will be here on the channel, and hopefully you guys enjoy our coverage. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.